Just Cause 2. Back in the day when this came out, which I do remember reading in the Xbox magazines back in the day. I mean, this I think 2010, 2011, I think. I was reading the reviews and obviously the development of Just Cause 2. It was a game-changing game from a huge open world map with 4 different free weathers. Yeah, because you've got desert, snow, jungle, and just obviously a giant ass city everywhere. So yeah, with a bit of seasonal weather, which was revolutionary, along with having his hook thing, his grapple hook thing, which you can hook to everything pretty much. So you can grab onto and either grab or be zoomy and cling on the stuff, which jumping from Just Cause 1 was revolutionary. I mean, Just Cause 1's was pretty good. I mean, you're limited because you can only attach to helicopters and a few little bits and bobs, whereas they completely revolutionized the grapple hook, which 3 had a massive upgrade and so did 4. 4 was like, yeah, have loads of other weird shit that you can do with the game. But aside from that, Just Cause 2 has goods and it has a lot of downs, which for me it's a bit Firstly, what's irritating again, which I've stated all the times in my videos, is the voice acting. I've never liked it. I don't know if it's intentional, like they're trying to do bad like English, dub whatever, but I just find it. I know they're in the South Asia. Well, they're they're in Asia somewhere basically, so it's like fair enough. And obviously the whole plot is you gotta take all this another dictator leader who's being a psychopath, and turns out he's like, what is it, based like a little baby Kim Jong-un basically, obviously obsessed with nukes and oil, all that jazz. But like I said, that the coming from Just Cause 1 to Just Cause 2, obviously the gun, the grapple, driving, and obviously the physics are a lot better. I mean, I'm trying to remember now from Just Cause 1 days when driving physics were kind of naff. The gunplay was good, but again, it was a bit it could have improved. Also, the grapple play is a bit but for a game that came out I think 2005, I said it's aged. It's got moments. I mean, I do love the game. I hate the game because of how annoying it is. Like I said, you can check out the Just Cause 1 complete story along with the review I made for that as well on my channel somewhere. But like I said, we've done 2. There's really nothing else for me to do for 2. I mean, I might do some more missions, but to be honest with you, I'm done with 2 now. I said I've done the story, what I need to do. There's nothing really. There's a couple of missions, but this is why I like 3. It was my favourite because the thing with 2 is you can obviously do the missions, take all the strongholds and that jazz, but the gangs that you work with, they don't do shit. They'll randomly appear here and there out of nowhere, but they don't help with anything at all. They have no influence, and it's basically you have to defend yourself every time there's police around. You've got to fight for yourself. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff to destroy, which is pretty good. Like I said, they've really gone up on the destruction. Like I said, you can destroy obviously. Still destroy the iconic radio towers, which I do love the fact that they kept that in for 2, along with, like I said, they've got a lot of oil field tankers, the big barrel tank things that they have for storage, and obviously all the other military equipment, like little military towers that you have to ping out, which is bloody irritating to be fair doing that. But that was good. You can destroy and you get perks for destroying shit. I said the explosions look a lot better as well. But the only the issue with that is, the downside to that is the enemies will just non-stop, and the helicopters are very OP. Right, the enemy helicopters, regardless, because your health is delicate as fuck anyway. But it always pissed me off, like the fact that the helicopters will just take you on in a second. I'm like, we can do so well, but the helicopters, I mean, I don't needs to be a balance of like what they should and shouldn't do, but. Yeah, that's what put me a bit. I mean, I know with 3, I think they just fire rockets. They don't fire machine guns; they fire rockets. It's been a while since I've done 3, so I can't remember on that. But I know with 1 that it wasn't as bad in 1 with the helicopter. It was bad, but not as bad as 2. Because I said you can spend forever upgrading your which I did. While I was in between videos, was upgrading all my perks. There's not a lot. It doesn't make much of a difference because you always need to find where health is, because it's just one of them situations where you go oof. But I know obviously you can upgrade your weapons for obviously more ammo, more damage, and more capacity, which is again a saving grace for the later on missions. But again, they're a nightmare to try and find all this stuff. I mean, I know it's to basically explore the map and find all this stuff, but it's irritating because I think my last video I had $1 million because there's nothing really to spend on. I mean, you've got the agency weapons and the agency vehicles, but there's nothing really else to spend on because you find ammo regardless. I've never once bought ammo. I buy the perks, but I don't buy the ammo. It's very rare I use agency weapon, agency car, because they're either too fragile or they're just not needed, because there's either a helicopter fucking airfield place or there's an actual airfield of jets. But that's where I move on to, is the jets. I know it has improved from Just Cause 1, but again the jets, the maneuverability is diabolical sometimes. And again, they are fragile as fuck as well. I mean, it's always been the case, to be fair, moving on to 3 and 4 where they are fragile, but they're a nightmare to operate. But I've had moments where I'm strafing down like an airfield or something like that, taking shit out, and it's good. That's what I do like, but I rarely use jets. I mostly use helicopters to get about. But the only thing that was irritating as well is the fast travel system, because every time you use the extraction, you don't know where you've got to go. So you have to check your map carefully, and then remember where you are carefully and go to a spot similar. And if you've not discovered it, you can't go to it, and it's just like ugh. So if that's another downer. But it's good that you can basically get extracted anywhere across the map, which is again a good perk to do because this map is huge, and it takes like 10 minutes, 50 minutes, depends on what car you're in, or vehicle, or helicopter, to get to A to B, and that was really tedious. But granted, it's a nice open world area, but it's not as repetitive as 1. But they did copy and paste a lot of shit, which that's the downside to a big open world game, is a lot of copy and paste. I mean, overall, I do like Just Cause 2, but like I said, there's a lot of compared to, obviously, like I said, I've got 3 and I've got 4. There's a lot of drawbacks to it now, but at the time it was still a revolutionary game. I will state that again. It was revolutionary. I mean, if it wasn't for Just Cause 1, we wouldn't have 2. If we didn't have Just Cause 2, we wouldn't have 3. We would not have it. So I'm glad they revolutionised what they did in 2, because they've got a love child, which is 3. And like I said, 3 is my favourite, Just Cause a lot. I do like 4. I know 4 has drawbacks, but 4 has a lot of lore in the Just Cause series. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'll tell you now. So it's worth playing Just Cause 4 for the lore. If you're interested in the history of Just Cause, whatever, you need to play 4. But moving back to 2, again, there's nothing really about the history, to be honest with you. I mean, apart from when you find Sheldon, obviously it turns out he's undercover, and he's like, yeah, whatever, sound. But there's nothing major at all in the story that's like, I mean, there's a couple of missions, the agency missions, which I absolutely hated. There's loads of main missions I hated. There's not a lot of memorable stuff. I mean, apart from the nuclear sub, and obviously, but this is what I mean. I said it's good, but compared to now, it's like there isn't. Yeah. But I said I wanted the blitz for Just Cause 2, because obviously I'm doing the whole series of Just Cause 1 to 4, so I'm glad. I'm sad it's over and done with, because I don't think I'll play Just Cause 2 again. I might, but again, there's no reason for it. Whereas, like I said, I'm excited because I can carry on. I can start free. But yeah, it feels like it's an end of an era for it. But without leaving it on a sad note for 2. Like I said, gun gameplay is good. The driving's actually not that bad. I do like the driving when you drive your car. It's ridiculous some of the stunts and drifts and barrels you can do in the cars. It's hilarious. I do like that. And obviously the destruction, I said it's on point destruction. So we'll leave that on a positive note. But until next time, don't start war if there's no oil, or if there is oil. Democracy or some shit. I don't know.